Yeah. Welcome back. Live in the Huddle Podcast. It's your boy, it's your host, Big Eye, Mr. 2Gs. You feel me? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Episode number 9. First, check. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Y'all see that Lightning McQueen? I got that Lightning McQueen. Yes, sir. Yes. Welcome back to Live on the Huddle Podcast. It's your boy Big Eye, Mr. 2Gs. You feel me? Check me out on Instagram, Art Stepping, ARTSTEPPING. I want to spelling bee. You feel me? Tap in on YouTube as well. Live in the Huddle Podcast. And then on TikTok as well. Same thing as my Instagram, Art Stepping, ARTSTEPPING. I want the spelling bee. You feel me? Tap in, clips everywhere, videos everywhere. Happy Cinco de Mayo. With that being said, I won't be on here for long. One day I will give y'all like an hour-long show, have people pop up, cover some crazy topics, talk about some crazy stuff in sports. But just not today, not Cinco de Mayo. So episode number 9. Let's go ahead and start off with these announcements real quick. We'll jump into it. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we will be having a special guest spin the block. You know what I'm saying? My dog's spinning the block in 3 weeks. May 26th. Tap in for that. Lock in for that. You feel me? We going up for that. Me, my boy Ray, and a special guest. You feel what I'm saying? Let me turn this off. Bet we locked in. All right. What else I got? Speaking of Ray, go to YouTube, Ray's podcast, like, comment, share, subscribe, share some more. Then once you do that, go to Instagram, Ray's podcast, RAESPODCAST. I want to spelling bee. You feel me? Tap in with my boy Ray's podcast on Instagram. And the reason why you want to tap in with Ray on Instagram, he posts free plays. If you don't know what a free play is, what you want to do, depending on the state that you live in, FanDuel or Underdog. That's all you need. FanDuel, Underdog, put some money into your account. Go look and see what Ray says. Take that bet. Make that free money. Easy play. You feel what I'm saying? Tap in with my boy Ray, and we are still planning another game that we're going to attend to go stream. All right? I got this candy in my mouth. To stream, not scream. Stream. We're planning another game that we can go stream, just like we did with the Dodgers game when they played the Diamondbacks, right? You feel me? So we are making moves, making big boy moves. We're sitting back, we're planning, we're plotting. I'm trying to think if I got anything else as far as announcements. It would have been crazy if this microphone was muted the whole time. Like, that would have been crazy. I think that's it for announcements. Another week of being consistent. I told you I'm giving y'all one every week. I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and jump into it, right? Episode number 9. The semifinals are here for the playoffs. The playoffs are here. They've been here, but the semifinals are here, right? Y'all stop calling me. Y'all so boof. All right. The Knicks survived, right? They continue to handle business, right? Let's get into it. Knicks beat the Sixers, but if we're being real, I only know one person who really had the Sixers before the playoffs started of moving on in that series, and that was Ray's podcast, which is why you need to tap in with Ray's podcast. You feel me? Now the Knicks beat the Sixers like they stole something out the bodega, right? Like beat them boys, like just beat them bad. And the crazy thing is, nobody for the Sixers had over 20 points. I expect for Paul George to come out. Next game go stupid, as well as Joel Embiid. Now, if you tap in with Ray's podcast, he said we gonna make a lot of money off somebody who plays for the Sixers. I'm not gonna tell y'all who it is, but if you go to Ray's podcast on Instagram, he will tell y'all who it is, and he'll tell y'all what to play. Of course, it was Jalen Brunson being the madman going for 35. Like, of course, right? Timberwolves are playing the Spurs, right? They just played yesterday, as well as the Knicks. That game was crazy. I really wasn't expecting that outcome. We will be talking about that game here today. Today, we do have the Lakers playing the Thunder in OKC. We also have the Cavs playing the Pistons in Detroit. Ray said something about one of those teams. Like I said, go tap in with my boy on the ground, bro. I don't give out the free picks. He gives them out. And I've won a lot of money playing his picks. So copy. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, bro. Now, for everybody, you always talk about the Lakers. Yes, I am a LeBron fan. LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't cover the Lakers so much because of LeBron, right? It's not because of LeBron. It's because of the matchups. I will continue to say that every time I get on here and make videos, every time I stream all my clips. Playoffs are about matchups. Now, if you're just looking at the names, you're saying, yeah, the Thunder would easily beat the Lakers. Yeah, like a regular season game, yeah. But this is first to 4, not the first to 1. Now, a lot of people have actually said Lakers in 7 is not as crazy as it seems, right? It's not far-fetched to think that the Lakers can beat the Thunder. I said Thunder in 6. A lot of people are saying Lakers in 7, right? So let's kind of jump into it. Lakers versus Thunder. First thing that we need to pay attention to, the matchup. I continue to say matchup all throughout the playoffs. I will continue to say matchup all throughout the playoffs because really that's what it comes down to, right? Now, the beautiful thing about the Thunder, they have 2 big men, legit big men that they can play at the same time with Hartenstein at the 5, or you can put Chet at the 4, right? And that helps them. That's very beneficial to them. But this is where it can be very detrimental. Lakers can put DeAndre Ayton at the 5, and he can handle Hartenstein for the most part, right? Like that'll be a classic big man just matchup. It's at the 4 that I'm really looking at it. Who plays the 4 for the Lakers? LeBron James. Who plays the 4 for the Thunder? Chet. We know LeBron is athletic enough, fast enough, strong enough to guard Chet, right? Chet's going to get buckets. Naturally, it's the NBA. But I think LeBron can easily guard him. The problem for the Thunder and what's going to be beneficial for the Lakers, can Chet guard LeBron? If Bron say, give me the ball on the perimeter, clear it out, I'm going to bring you out here. If you play back, I'm going to shoot. If you play up too close, I'm going to just drive past you. Pick your poison. Chet won't be able to guard LeBron the entire game. So that means they're not going to really be able to run that big man lineup of Chet and Hartenstein on the court at the same time like that. They're going to have to put somebody at the 4. Excuse me. Now, we're talking matchups. It's going to get a little bit more interesting right here. Let's go down to the 1. Shea plays the 1 for OKC, right? You might have I don't even know who's going to play the one for the Lakers. That's why this matchup is so important, because what the Lakers could do, they could put LeBron at the one and just make the adjustments on the back end, right? Or they can go out there with their same lineup: Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, Rui, LeBron, DeAndre Ayton, right? Put your best defender, Marcus Smart, on Shea, right? Then I would say I just don't see OKC coming out with two big men. If you do, you just want to lose. You have to put Marcus Smart on Shea. Who are you going to put on Jalen? You could go Rui. You will hope that Austin Reeves can hold it down by himself. You would hope that. We'll see. That's really what I'm interested to see. What's that 1 through 5 lineup for both teams, and then who plays who with the matchups, right? That's something that I'm very interested to see. Now, if LeBron does guard SGA in his playoff series, we already talked about last week how SGA is very skilled and talented at getting the call, right? He gets the whistle. Will he be able to get those same calls and as many whistles if LeBron James is guarding him? Because think about it, LeBron is the godfather of the NBA. You need LeBron James to play in these playoffs. For one, for it to be competitive. Two, for the NBA to make their money back. You need it. So you're not going to foul LeBron out. But at the same time, are you going to give Shea, who was up and coming, all 6 of his fouls? Now he fouls out. Now it's like, you feel what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be an evenly called game. LeBron's going to get some calls. Shea is going to get some calls, but that's only if LeBron is guarding Shea. I think if anybody else is really guarding Shea, I think it's going to be Marcus Smart guarding Shea. Marcus Smart is going to have a lot of fouls, right? If he's not patient and if he's not careful with his hands. Mark my words, we're going to see tonight a lot of times that Marcus Smart goes in there to guard Shea with his hands behind his back. Because how am I fouling him if my hands are behind my back? I'm not touching him. Watch. Now, something else that I do want to get into, right? It's a little controversial, but on Live in the Huddle podcast, we all about that. We talk about the stuff that people are scared to talk about. Are the Lakers better without Luka? Are the Los Angeles Lakers a better team without Luka Doncic? Me personally, yes. You look at how the Lakers have been playing, I think it's more than just being able to say it's playoff basketball. I think if we look at it, they've been running the floor, offense and defense. They've been giving effort, offense, defense, boxing out, playing pretty good defense, moving around, not just staring at one guy with the ball. The Lakers are playing so much better without Luka. Now, this is important to me. It's important to me because during this season, everybody said that this is Luka's team. During this season, everybody said that LeBron is the third option, which he took on that role very gracefully. He said whatever it takes to win, right? LeBron James knows how to win. Luka hasn't won shit yet, bro. Remember, he went to the finals, but the Boston Celtics put him in a blender of pick and roll. You think you're going to hide? Your team's not going to hide you. I want you to come set this pick. Bring Luka fat ass up here to set this pick. You roll. Take that defender. Luka's here with me on the island. You can't keep up with me. I'm a one dribble drive past you and one arm to get the bucket. Luka doesn't play defense. Now, offensively, he's amazing. But what you're so great at on offense, you give up so much more on defense. Yes, Luka can get you 30 points on offense, but defensively, he might give up 32 points. So you see what I'm saying? It's a headache. It's like, damn, you so good on offense, but you fucking suck on defense, right? That's Luka. Now you have LeBron James leading the charge, right? And you have and this is one of the few times I will use his age. 41-year-old LeBron James sprinting, offense, defense, closing out, making all these adjustments as far as the switches, right? Running all around the court like a chicken with his head cut off to get to the basketball, to guard the man with the ball. That sets a tone for all the other guys. They're seeing a 41-year-old LeBron James who might not, and to me, he won't be there next year. He might not be there next year, but he's doing all this. Look at the effort. Look at the effort. He doesn't have to say nothing. He's showing us what to do. Lakers followed suit. Lakers versus Thunder. I got Thunder taking this in 6 games, right? We'll see. I might tap back in tonight after the game. I might. It'd be past my bedtime, but I just might. Now, moving right along. Jason Tatum, because I said on Live in the Huddle, we're all about a little controversy. We're all about the hot takes. Now, we've seen in that series that Jason Tatum has injured his left knee opposite of the leg that he tore his Achilles with, right? Now, we all said when he injured his Achilles, it was put out there that he's trying to come back within this time frame. A lot of people said don't do that. It's hard to tell somebody who is a competitor not to go and compete, not to go and play, especially when you see your team is in the playoffs and they have a chance. It's the same reason why I can't blame Joel Embiid all these past years when he gets hurt. And I always said, man, just sit out. It's hard to tell a competitor not to compete, especially when you see your team has the opportunity to do some great things, right? But Jason Tatum, he injured his left knee. Now, for a lot of people, like, damn, that's the opposite leg of his Achilles. Yes, because if you've never been hurt anywhere in that realm, right? You're rehabbing that leg, that right leg so much. It's not that you forget or neglect the left leg, but you just don't work that left leg out as much as the right leg. So now when you come back, you're using one leg so much to overcompensate for this other leg that's not as strong because you've been working this one leg out so much. Hence, Jason Tatum got injured, right? Now, this is where it gets a little hot, right? It's going to get a little hot right here. Brown has carried, and what I mean by Brown, Jaylen Brown has carried the Boston Celtics again. He carried them again by himself. And we continue to have this conversation. Who's better, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? The best ability is availability. Now, granted, they play a sport, right? They play a sport where injury is going to happen. It's going to happen. But it's happening more to one guy versus the other guy. And the other guy who's not getting injured as much is doing a lot of great things for this organization, right? Do I see the Celtics coming off of Jason Tatum? No. Do I see them coming off of Jaylen Brown? No, because they paid all that money. They got to recoup that. They need theirs back, right? What I do see is if they were to come off of one of them fellas, it would probably still be Jaylen Brown. But I think after this injury, a lot of people are going to have different opinions. And maybe they start throwing Jason Tatum's name in the hat like, hey, Jaylen Brown has been here. He has been competing. He has done a lot of great things for this organization. Let's just throw Jason Tatum's name out there just to see what teams are willing to give up for JT, right? I think that's something that's going to happen. If not this offseason, next offseason, we're going to see that. And I know it's a lot of teams who would love to take on that contract if it means getting Jason Tatum. Now, moving right along. Timberwolves Spurs, right? Now, the biggest question that I had when I seen this matchup for this series, can the Wolves get it done? Because going into this series, we didn't know if or how much Ant-Man Anthony Edwards would be playing. If he would be playing with the injury to his knee. Ant-Man is playing. He is putting up numbers for his team. Now it's not the usual Ant-Man numbers, but he is doing his thing. I think those numbers go up more as the series goes on. But something that we definitely need to look at is that box score. Now, what if I would have told you going into this game, hey, Wemby set a record for blocks in the game. He set a record with 12 blocks in a game. You would have thought that the Spurs would win that game, but no, they lost by 2. Now they had an opportunity, last play of the game. They got a decent shot off. They missed a shot that was going to put them up 1 and win the game. But Wemby 12 blocks, 15 boards. The crazy thing is he only had 11 points, 5 for 17 shooting, and 0 for 8 from the 3. Is what if he, instead of shooting 8 3-point shots, let's take a couple steps in and let's knock down a deep midi. Let's take like 3 of those and shoot 5 threes, and let's take those other 3 shots and make those like a deep midi. Then you're up because you're more than likely bound to hit those shots. Now, the thing that I love about the Timberwolves is just like the regular season, their postseason is just like the regular season. They don't care who you are. They're not backing down from you. They fear no man. They want all the smoke, right? Now, somebody who has been holding it down, Jaden McDaniels, they're gonna have to pay that man. Plain and simple. They're gonna have to pay that man because when Ant-Man did go down in the previous series, him and DiVincenzo, he stepped up, put up big numbers, and we all looked at McDaniels as being a great defender, but also a great role guy. You feel what I'm saying? But he has showed that, yeah, I can play a role. Yes, I can play defense. I can also get buckets, all right? I will light up that stat sheet. And that is something that he's been doing, right? They're going to have to pay Jaden McDaniels. You feel me? You've had a lot of players since Ant-Man hasn't been 100%, right? Still doing his thing for his team, but still hasn't been 100%. A lot of other players and role players have stepped up, and they have just been going off. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the water over there. I still got the Spurs going to the finals. I see this. This can very well go to 7 games. I think if the Spurs allowed us to go to 7 games, they lose. They're gonna have to win this by game 6. You can't give the Timberwolves hope. You just can't. You can't. You got Wemby. You need to utilize Wemby. We don't need you to shoot all those threes. We need you midi and in the post. Your presence on the court for defense alone is stopped so much stuff. But the thing that I do want to say, a lot of teams fear Wemby, so they won't even go into the paint. They will settle for high mid-range shots. Timberwolves fear no man. They were all in the paint with it. All wherever they wanted to pull up from the midi, they're pulling. If you can block it, you can block it, but I'm still going to shoot. Speaking on those blocks, right? Those 12 blocks. If we go back and we look at some of them blocks, some of those was goaltending, right? It's been all over the media. It's been all over the internet. It's been all over the TV. Some of those blocks were goaltending. And if you don't know what that means, if I lay this ball up for a layup, if it hits that backboard before you touch it, you have to let the ball do whatever it's going to do. If you touch it after it hits that backboard, goaltending. This bad. Wemby had a lot of those blocks that shouldn't have been blocks. Should have been goaltending calls. It's the playoffs. I understand emotions were running high. I understand a lot was going on. I get it. But those are the calls that need to be made. We can't miss those type of calls, right? Now, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Because I got to go get my margarita. my margarita. Now, boom, the DAIC award, right? And I might double back on LeBron, talk about LeBron a little bit. The DAIC award, if y'all haven't been up on game, it's the dumbest ass in captivity award, right? And every week we give this award out to the dumbest ass in captivity. And this week, the dumbest ass in captivity is all of us because we ain't put money on Wemby blocks. Knowing that the Timberwolves were not going to fear Wemby, they were still going to go in the paint, which means there was a lot of opportunity for Wemby to get blocks and for Wemby to get rebounds. Like, we didn't take none of those. We didn't take the blocks. We didn't take the rebounds. We didn't take the triple-double. We left money on the table. Dumbest ass in captivity award goes to everybody who didn't put money on Wemby. Now, before I go to the most controversial topic today, let's double back to something that I said earlier. Are the Lakers better without Luka? Just one more comment. Are the Lakers better without Luka? If we were to sit, it was off the backboard though. I get if it's on the way up, yes, you can block it. You saying if it's below the rim, it's not. But if I'm going in for my layup, that ball is hitting above the rim off the backboard, and he's still allowed to come in and block it. That's goaltending. Come on now, master. Hey, you gotta switch your name too. I ain't finna just be calling you master, man. Look, man. Are the Lakers better without Luka? If we were to sit LeBron for as long as Luka has been sitting with this injury, would Luka been able to have the Lakers in the same position, winning those same games? No. I think when you look at Luka, he more wants to get off with his stats than winning. And that's cool because he's a young guy, right? He just has to get there first to understand, like, I will give up some of my stats if that means winning. You is not massa. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that talk over here. So let's move right along to the most controversial, because I feel like ruffling up y'all feathers and getting my notifications while I'm out at my restaurant with my frozen margarita, because I got to get me a frozen margarita. Top 5 shooting guards of all time, right? Let's go ahead and ruffle some feathers here. Now, before we jump into it, this is just my opinion. I'm entitled to have an opinion. Now, you can say I'm a dumbass for my opinion, but this is my opinion, right? Now, before I give out 5 shooting guards, we need to discuss something. Are we saying Allen Iverson needs to be in this conversation, right? Is Allen Iverson in this conversation? Excuse me, because I think if Allen Iverson is in this conversation, he is top 5. You look at his stats, you look at what he did for the game, he's top 5. He was so good and so dominant at dribbling and speeding past you. His crossover, they said it's illegal. You can't do that with the ball no more. That's how great he was, right? Before we get into top 5, before I name them, are we looking at Tracy McGrady as a 2, or we looking at Tracy McGrady as a 3? Which one? Because for what I remember, all my life, Tracy McGrady has been 6'8". Back in those times in the early 2000s, if you was 6'8", you was a 3-man. But I do remember times, even with the Rockets, and especially with the Magic, T-Mac was a 2. So is T-Mac a 2 or is he a 3? Now, James Harden, is he a 2 or is he a 1? A lot of people say James Harden is a 2. Me personally, you can't be a 2 when you always have the ball in your hand and you always initiating the offense. and you've led the league in assists. And how many assists do you have? To me, James Harden is a 1. Now, this right here is really gonna ruffle y'all feathers before I give up this top 5. What does Steph play? When I say Steph, I mean Steph Curry. Yeah, they might list him at a point guard, but we know the point guard for the Warriors is really Draymond Green. He facilitates the offense. He gets everything going. He directs everybody. He does what a point guard does, right? Are we saying Steph Curry is a 2? Because if Steph Curry is a 2, I got Steph top 5 all the time. I got Kobe number 1. I got Jordan at 2, and we can talk about it. I got D Wade at 3, and I feel like a lot of people they won't even fight that. I got Allen Iverson at 4, and I might need to switch him with Steph. If we're saying Steph is a 2 because he never initiates the offense, that's Draymond. Draymond initiates the offense. He facilitates everything. He tells everybody what to do. If we're saying Steph is a 2, Steph is top 5. Now, if we're saying Steph is not a 2, and we're saying T-Mac is a 2, you got to put T-Mac in there. You got to put Tracy McGrady in there. But if we're saying T-Mac is a 3, and if we're saying Steph is a 1, then I'm going to say Ray Allen, top 5 all time, right? The reason I have Kobe above Michael Jordan is the same reason I got LeBron above Michael Jordan. Jordan, y'all say whatever y'all want to. That man retired. He quit. Michael Jordan quit. I never seen Kobe quit, no matter how bad he played in moments. I never seen LeBron James quit, no matter how bad he played in moments. Jordan had to quit, right? Kobe was able to win championships. Didn't win as many as Jordan, right? People are going to say, oh, MJ had 2 3-peats. That's cool. He did have that. But Jordan couldn't win without his supporting cast. Kobe won with a plethora of different members in his supporting cast. So one guy, you just give him a supporting cast, he wins. The other guy, you have to give him certain people to win, right? I got Kobe. And another thing, they always say that Kobe learned from MJ. He tried to mimic his moves. I believe a lot of us have seen Karate Kid. It becomes a point in time where the student is now the teacher. It's going to come a point in time where the student is going to pass the teacher. I feel as if Kobe passed MJ, which is why I got Kobe the number 1 shooting guard of all time. I got MJ number 2. I got D Wade at 3. I got Allen Iverson 4. If we saying Steph is a 2 guard, Steph goes at 5. If he's not, we're gonna say Ray Allen at the 5. That's my top 5 shooting guards of all time. I'm gonna post the clip on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We can definitely talk about it. But moving right along, and I'm gonna have some more controversial stuff next week, maybe even this weekend. Right now, my advice for the next generation, something that I've been doing for the past couple episodes. One of the things that helped me understanding what integrity is. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, and it's very hard to continue to do the right thing and not cut corners when nobody is around to point the finger at you or judge you. It's only you and whatever you believe in. Y'all are the only ones there. One thing that helped me, right? Somebody told me, walk around as if a camera crew is constantly following you, constantly recording you. You're guaranteed to do the right thing all the time. You're guaranteed not to cut corners. You're guaranteed if you make a mess, clean it up. Whatever's at you're gonna do it. You're gonna make the right choices. You're gonna think about stuff before you say it. You're gonna think about stuff before you do it. That's one of the best pieces of advice I ever had. Walk around as if a camera crew is following you, and I guarantee 9 times out of 10 you're gonna do the correct thing, right? Like I said, today is Cinco de Mayo. This is episode 9. This is Live in the Huddle podcast. I told y'all I got something to say. I hit some crazy topics today. We can get into Jason Tatum again. We can wait to see how this series go with the Timberwolves and Spurs. Oh, I got a topic for y'all. I got a topic for y'all next week. Depending on how this series go, I got a topic for y'all next week. And I said it before in past episodes. Let this series go how I think it's gonna go. I got a topic for y'all. We can definitely talk about top 5 shooting guards of all time. We can talk about that again. We can talk about any position. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek as far as next week. We're going to talk about the top 5 power forwards of all time. Reason I want to talk about the top 5 power forwards of all time, you had a lot of people ducking smoke. A lot of these power forwards were really centers until Shaq became Shaq, and now they want to switch to power forwards. But we'll talk about that next week. We're going to jump into that too, right? This is Live in the Huddle podcast. I told y'all it's the business. I told y'all I got something to say. This is episode 9. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Now, me and Lightning McQueen, ka-chow. We got to go. We finna go get them frozen margaritas. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Man, if y'all want to talk about something, let me know. Hit me up on all media. And, hey, man, we out of here.